Is he really open to that? Because we've seen a pushback, right? And we even heard, Connor talking about how he doesn't want to. He came here, he had his people, he didn't want to learn a whole new offense at this stage in his career.
You don't have to learn a new offense. We can get to the final formation, but this is how we're going to get to it. Mm-hmm. And we're not doing this for you. We're doing this for everybody else that needs help, that needs to be able to read those keys with shifts, motions, having angles and momentum so that I can get my down block instead of having to go post snap and come back. So for me, the collaboration part is taking this system and incorporating the same system that you like, but getting to the final formation a different way. And for me, Aaron Rodgers doesn't want his legacy to go down with the last 2 years of his career being horrible. And he knows that the best place for him to be is right here for him to have the opportunity because he's put a lot of these pieces and fundamentally in place.
Yeah, but I also think from the offensive standpoint we're talking about, too many of the guys aren't on Aaron Rodgers' page, right? So you talk about a system that he only knows, and the rest of these guys are trying to figure out, all right, how do I get there? And they're not going to get there. Aaron Rodgers has been in the system for years.
But you're saying they're not going to get there, Willie. But we watched the same thing play out before our eyes since last year in Green Bay. Those young guys were in the wrong spot, right? And then at the end of the season, they were rolling. So I think we're watching history repeat itself as we watch Garrett Wilson start to. Garrett Wilson he's probably top 3 as far as receiving yards in the NFL, which we never thought that was capable looking at his first couple of games. Right, so I think, they needed some tweaking. They need to go get 2 safeties because people are realizing that safeties are valuable now, just like running backs. Because now the running back is valuable, now safeties are valuable. So they have to improve the roster, but they have some other things to do. But I think we're watching history repeat itself as these guys are going to finish strong, I believe.
If that's the route they go, they need to, when they open up I'm assuming they're going to have a GM search. We know they're going to have a head coach search.
Maybe.
I mean, sure. What is Joe Douglas, 30 and 63?
Can I ask you a question, though?
Sure, I'd love that.
What are the moves that you would have made differently that Joe Douglas done?
They gave away John Franklin Myers for free.
I understand. They gave away John Franklin Myers because they needed salary cap space to bring in Hassan Reddick.
I think they could have absolutely figured it out that way. Look at the dead money on this roster. C.J. Uzomah is being paid a lot of money on this roster. That's insane.
But that's an admission that C.J. Uzomah wasn't getting it done. That happens, and everybody carries a level of dead cap money because of bad picks. But if you look at all the picks that Joe Douglas has made, everybody would be in agreement before this season started. Oh, man, he's going to get Hassan Reddick, Devontae Adams. He's going to bring in Morgan Moses, John Simpson, and bring in Tyron Smith. Everybody here would have said, man, he is cooking right now.
But he had to get Tyron because he missed on Becton. That spiraled out of control.
I get that, but then you have to, if you're going to take points away for the people that he's missed on, you also got to give him credit for the pieces that he hit on when you think about some of the moves that he's been able to make.
Well, one of the things that frustrated me with him was when Aaron Rodgers went down, and it was Nathaniel Hackett, and really for him having an opportunity to say, all right, I don't have Aaron right now, but this is what I can do. He didn't show us anything. We sat here time after time to talk about the lack of creativity within the offense. This offense actually took a step back, and they won 7 games, right? So for me, yeah, I agree with you. Some of the pieces he had did work, right? You talk about the structure. I thought that was solid.
Put together arguably one of the best rosters.
I agree with that. But also from a coaching standpoint, I don't know how you allow Nathaniel Hackett back in the building just solely because he was Aaron Rodgers' friend. That's what pissed me off.
See, but what we're talking about, and I'm sorry I'm taking your time, Connor, what we're talking about is a structure from an owner that makes the head coach and the general manager the same. So what power did he have? We don't know. Only Woody knows that.
No, I understand.
It's tricky. It's really tricky. Once again, you have a GM on an expiring deal. You got to figure out because you don't just tack on 1-year extensions in the NFL.
But you can. I think Joe would sign up for that.
You think he would? Okay, I'd be curious.
If Aaron Rodgers coming back, you make the general manager and
so it's
a
1 year. Like this is it. My concerns too is Rodgers is on the wrong side of 40, and he looked. 100%. We all just watched Mike Tyson against Jake Paul on Friday night.
Man, that is 58 years old. You're not going to say it.
Well, we're going to do a film breakdown at the end of the show.
Time is undefeated, man.
To Connor's point, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Aaron Rodgers physically
looks old.
Okay. We watched Brett Favre leave here.
Yeah,
and
but
have 2 good seasons.
You can't say that because Brett Favre.
It's not apples to apples.
No,
they both 4-time MVPs. They both actually came from the same team.
This team with Brett Favre was 8-3 with a torn tricep. If he didn't tear his tricep, they were going to march into the playoffs. Yeah. We're watching.
Well, Aaron Rodgers didn't tear his Achilles the year before.
The problem.
But
that's his point, though.
So we know coming back from injuries,
but look how Brett responded after that. He didn't go downhill.
Yeah, because he didn't carry his Achilles. It takes 2 years. years. We know, you know that. You've had ACL surgery, correct?
Dog, I watched Aaron Rodgers escape the pocket yesterday, almost trip over himself. That's just from instinct. Like, he doesn't have the instincts to get out of the pocket and do things with his feet that he didn't have to think about it. He's on the other side of 40. And it's hard to realize. When we say this all the time, I'm going to finish. I know we got to get out of here. The worst thing for an aging ball player is to look at film of himself and don't recognize the guy on tape.
I understand.
And I think Aaron Rodgers is right now at the point where he don't even have questions for how he's playing. The inaccuracy, on and on and on.
But when you're here and you drop here, and here is still better than most of the league, they just have to do a better job from a offensive standpoint and game planning to make him not have to be Superman all the time.
But then that goes to his point. Does he want to diminish his role and his ability?
Doesn't look like it.
Well, he's not taking a step back.
Listen, we watched Justin Herbert do the same thing, and he's better out there with Harbaugh.
Yeah, but you're talking about a younger quarterback, bro. This is a guy who's a gold jacket.
No, I'm talking about somebody that's diminishing their role to make sure that the team is bigger. And I think you can do that with Aaron Rodgers by really committing to the run, by really committing to play action, putting them under center.
Well, that's a change of philosophy. That's different.
That's what I said. He's in the collaboration part of his career.
I don't think he wants to do that.